Hi everyone. So welcome back to Design with Karthik YouTube channel and welcome back to Basics of Typography. So far we have covered three sessions and this is going to be a fourth session. And in this section we are going to cover the most important topic, which is typeface classification. And in this typeface classification we are going to cover one prime important classification of typography. So come on, let's get started. So let's directly jump into the topic, basics of typography. So far we have completed three sessions in the basics of typography. One is what is typography, second is why typography is important, and third one is typography terms and anatomy. And that same video has explained the difference between typeface and font. What is the difference between typeface and font? In case you have not watched these three videos, please do check out the link in description. Link is in description, and also the link will be coming over the top. So please do click on it and check it. It will be definitely helpful before knowing before jumping into this concept. Okay, so this concept in this video we are going to see important discussion in entire typography, which is different classification of typography. So this video, it is purely about the basic classification, which is serif. So come on, let's move on to the actual topic of serif. Okay, before going into the actual serif font topic, this font classification has been shown in everywhere in all the software. If you are a designer, you will be using Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, or you might to start with you might be using Canva also. So all these three platforms or any design software, if you take, this classification has been directly projected in the software. So that's why we have written, has everyone check this. Okay, so this is the screenshot which I captured from Illustrator. So I'll show where it is actually located. So if you see, I have just selected a text, and once you come to the character panel, just click on it. You will see this filter. So once you click on filter, you will see this dialog box which explains the different classification of font. Just hover the mouse pointer over each and everything, you will understand what are the different classification of font and a short description about the category also. For example, I am hovering over this, so it is written sans serif font without serif. So here it is written serif, which means with serif, and again slab serif font, thick and bold like serif. So just check it out, it will be there in each and every software. So this itself, the entire design software itself will give you what this classification means, so that it will be easy for you to filter it out and use it in your designs also. So this is in Illustrator. Coming back to Photoshop, so same thing. I am just selecting this text, and this is the tab, and here it is somewhat different. So here there will be a filter, and if you see, there will be a classification listed out here: serif, slab serif, sans serif, script, black letter, monospace, handwritten, decorative. The same thing was represented in icon Illustrator. Here it has been represented as a text level. So once you filter it out, the font listed in each category will be showcased. You will be seeing those things. Okay, so and coming back to Canva, same thing. Canva also it has the feature. Only thing, it has been showcased differently. For example, let me type something. Okay, so once you select this, you can see a tab here, text tab. So just click on it. Once you click here, it will be showcasing different font category: handwriting, corporate, display, headings, paragraphs, sans serif, serif. So all these categories has been listed out for easy filtering. So just filter it out and use it. So it is the font classification has been done at the backend itself in all the software. So it is available. Many might have not known. So just a quick tip explaining where it is available, what does that mean. And Illustrator, it is perfectly explained. There is a short description also, which is really a good thing. So it is easy for you to understand for what what is the what is that font is all about. Okay, so just check it out. If you have not checked it before also, please do check it out now, so that it will be easy for you whenever you are filtering it out. So this is what I would like to tell everyone before starting into the actuals, what is serif font and why it is what are the important usage. Okay, so this is an Illustrator. Same thing in Photoshop. I have just pasted a screenshot of it. I have shown it just now. So you can see where the slab serif, sans serif, everything is there. And same thing in Canva also. The sans serif has been listed out there. So every design software by its own. It has been programmed that there will be a typeface classification has been programmed. Inbuilt program has been done in all the design software. So just try it out. It will be not as a hidden feature. Just try it out, and it will be definitely helpful for you. Okay. So now let's move on to a actual serif. So what is serif font? So as I told earlier, right from the course starting itself, we are not going to this typography course is not will not make you a typographer. You will be not able to create a font from this typographic course. But as a beginner graphic designer, your design will be taken to a next level by knowing these typography things. So the entire course has been structured in such a way that it will be helpful for a beginner, and in a way where you can elevate your design to next level. So there will be not any in-depth explanation of what is serif, what is that hidden everything means. Okay, same thing which I have told in anatomy also. Just like the knowledge will be shared here, but how we can use for a design, in what way the design, the serif font has affected the design, where all the serif font has been used, and what is the psychology behind each and every serif font. Everything will be covered in this, so that you can understand where all you can use it when in future projects. Okay, so that is a rough cut idea about what this course structure is going to be. Okay, and this video is going to be. So let's start. So typeface classification. So serif font. So what is meant by serif? Serif, it is nothing but in each corner of the letter there will be a small projections, which by name itself it is called as serif. For example, in S corner you can see each and every letter, E corner, R corner, I corner, every corner there will be some projections. So that projection is called as serif. If any font has that projection, or any typeface has that projection, it is called as serif font. Okay, so that is one thing. And second thing is there will be a thick thin variation in the serif font. It is common in almost all the font, but serif font it is most popular because nowadays there are serif fonts without thick thin variations also. Okay, so that is also there, but major 90% of serif font will have this thick thin variation. So if you see, this is thick and this is thin. Okay, so thick thin variation will be there in serif font. Okay, so this thick thin variation plays an important role in legibility of alphabets, legibility of letters, which I will be covering in later stage of the course. Just know it, thick thin variation also plays an important role. Okay, so once you see that serif, and once you see say thick thin variation, then it is definitely a serif font. Okay, so this is the rough cut idea about what is serif and how you can identify that whether this font is a serif font or non serif font. Okay. So coming back, where all this serif font has been used. So serif font is a very old age font. Almost it is there for several periods, longer period, for more than 100 years. This serif font is there. When the graphic design was invented, this is the font which was after block letter font. This is the font which was most primarily used. For example, this iconic poster of Titanic, it is of serif font, and almost this newspaper, right from starting till today, the serif font plays a major role in this newspaper. Or also in any of the print materials, you can see that serif font plays an important role. So just have a knowledge that it is a very old font, and it is almost used even today in almost all the newspaper. And serif font looks great in body and paragraph text. Okay, and it is not just for a print medium, or it's just not for a poster alone. Serif font plays an important role in logos also. For example, you can see Vogue logo, that is a serif font. JP Morgan, Sony, Coach, Honda. Okay, these all are serif font. Of course, Honda and Sony will be coming under slab serif category also, because slab serif is a part of serif font. Okay, it will be coming in slab serif category also, but initially when at that point of time it is called a serif font. Okay, so serif font doesn't play a role only in posters or newspapers alone. Okay, people have this myth that serif font is getting outdated, and sans serif is taking a lot of picture. Of course, sans serif is occupying lot many steps in design, but it is not the case that serif font has been outdated. Almost all the newspaper till date there is a serif font. If you see Times of India, if you say Hindu, or if you see the Guardian newspaper, everywhere the body text is serif font. So serif font is not an outdated font. It is still prevailing. It is one of the prime font which is there for so many years, and it is still there. It will be there in future also. So it has that elegant, and it has this legibility and readability also. Okay. Okay, sorry. So with all these three examples, we can try to conclude some psychological meaning for a serif font. So serif font is nothing but serif font, meaning behind the serif font is, serif font is traditional, it is established, and it is a trustworthy. So for example, if you want to create a logo which has this logo for a brand which possesses these three characters. For example, if you are making a logo for a for example, you can say you are making a logo for an automobile company, so which means that company has to be trustworthy for a customer. So in that case, you can go for a serif font. For a well established brand who is trying to create a logo, then you can go for a serif font. So serif font is a serif font always gives you a traditional, established, and trustworthy look. So whenever this trust comes into picture, please go for a serif font. Okay, so this is the psychological meaning behind serif font. Okay, so this is an interesting example which these posters and these logos are made by me. Okay, so this poster, if you see, the serif font is used for a header. Generally, as I told starting of this video itself, serif font is a common font for body text. It looks great in body text. It is legible and readable. Serif font is legible and readable in body or paragraph text, but that is not always the case. Serif font looks good for a title also. If you see the Times of India newspaper, the Times of India bold headline, it is a serif font. If you see the Guardian headline is a serif font. So serif font is not only for a paragraph text, it can be used for a heading also. So here it is not just a heading, it is a main keyword of this poster. Okay, but still I have tried to use the serif font and I try to match it. It still looks neat and it is legible and it is clear. Almost all the things are serif font except this book now button. Okay, book now I'm gone for sans serif, but of course other things all are serif font. Okay, so serif font is not only for a paragraph text, and also you can't, it is not the case that you can't use serif font as social media post. You can use it everywhere. Okay, and also try to understand the trustworthy behind and the psychological meaning behind serif font. It is nothing but it is traditional, it is established and trustworthy. So and also try to understand the psychological meaning behind each and every serif font. As I told in previous slide, that serif font is nothing but traditional, trustworthy, and also established. So trust is the main key element where serif font is used. So in this poster, where the money plays an important role, okay, there is a where money requires trust. So in order to get the trust, I have in order to get the trust and that look of to give the trust indirectly to the audience, I have used the serif font. Okay, so it is not that color. There is not only color psychology, font psychology is also there, and font psychology as really it will work for a poster, for a logos, and everywhere. Okay, so just if you are having a mindset that if you are going for a social media post, just go for a simple, minimal, modern looking sans serif font only. No, that is not the case. Of course, 75% of our designs are sans serif font, but it is not the case. You can always break a myth and go for serif font also. Okay, and print medium, still serif font is dominating. It is occupying almost all the print mediums. If you have, for example, newspaper, it is 95% of a serif font only. Okay, so this is again logo. In logos also, as I explained in previous slides, these are the top brands logo which are using serif font. Which are still they are using serif font. They have not rebranded and gone for a sans serif font. Still they are using serif font. So and there is a psychological meaning behind each and every serif font. So trustworthy is a key factor. Okay, and also established. Honda is an established brand. Sony is an established brand, and trust. People they want to buy a product because they trust this brand. So if they want a trustworthy product, then create a trustworthy logo with the help of serif font. Okay, so most of the common jewelry logos will be a serif font. So this logo is JCJ Jewelers, which I have created in a serif font. Okay. Okay, so we are almost at the end of this video, and this slide will be definitely helpful for many beginners out there, because as a beginner we are struggling to choose font, we are struggling to install font, because if we are struggling to install font, we are struggling to know which font to use for which of the products. Okay, so these are the my personal favorite serif font. Of course, there are many, but these are the personal favorite serif font. Okay, if you look into my system, there will be 75% of sans serif font, and balance only will be of other font. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of serif font, but still I use serif font a lot in my designs. Okay, so Baskerville, for example, Baskerville, Belly, Charter, PT Serif, Merryweather. Baskerville, Belly, Charter, PT Serif, Merryweather. These are the fonts which I mainly use for a paragraph text. It looks legible, and it will be easily readable. So when there are so much content, then I prefer these fonts for a paragraph text. So it is a very, that's what, it is very legible and it is very readable. And also this PT serif font is a very common font. It looks really neat because compared to Baskerville and Merryweather, the thickness of the, it is also thicker. The thick thin, it is not that thick thin variation is still not there. It is not. I'll be coming about this in legibility topic also, but still, just to give a rough cut idea, the thick thin variation is still not that much contrast over here. So it looks very neat. It looks very neat when there is a, when you are writing, when there is so much text. So by Baskerville, Charter, PT Serif, Merryweather, and Belly I use mostly for a paragraph text. And coming to Belly display, it is absolutely, it is somewhat tricky thing you to use Belly display font, because we can't use this for a paragraph text. It looks very odd, and we can't read it also because it is a sort of decorative mixed script font. Okay, but I've used this belly display for some of the logos. It gives that traditional look and also a modern look to it. Okay, that decorative look is hidden in this belly display font, so I have used for some of the logos also. And coming to Quiz Quadria, which is again a famous font, most used serif font by me for logos. Okay, it looks good since there is a uniform thickness. As I told in starting of the video, serif font will have a thick thin variation, but this Fritz Quadrata font doesn't have that thick thin variation. It is almost uniform, but still it is a serif font. And if you see, the corners will be very sharp, the projection will be very sharp, and the sharp edges directly connected to this technology related logos also. So most of the technology related business logos I go for this Fritz Quadrata font. And also in any social media post, to highlight any headings, I go for this font. So this font is again my personal favorite. I've never used this font for a paragraph or body text, but for logos, for a title, it is very good. It is neat and it gives that modern trendy look also. Even though the serif font by itself, it is traditional look. For example, Baskerville or Charter or PD serif, everything has this traditional own look, like Times New Roman, that sort of look. But still, Fis Quadrata has that trendy look also. As I told, belly display has the decorative look, Fis Quadrata has that trendy look. And coming to this Museo, I am still not sure why it is called a serif font, because there is a Museo Sans also there. Museo Serif is also there. This is Museo Serif only, okay, but still it is very neat font. We can't say this is a serif font itself because we can't see any project. Almost very thin, very thick, like a slab serif projection will be there. But still, it is very neat for our title, and even for a body text. When you want to have a lot of kerning for a text, still this Museo font looks very good. Okay, it looks good in both in small caps and also all caps. Okay, very less font looks good in both all caps and small caps. Okay, for example, Montserrat looks good and great in full caps, all caps, and also small caps. Similarly, Museo also looks good in all caps and small caps. So that is a good thing. And coming back, my very commonly used font for almost all the jewelry logos is Cinzel and Cinzel Decorative. The reason is this glyphs, that script type projection at the end is very common in almost every jewelry logos. And Cinzel font, we no need to do. There is a pre-made glyphs is available. For example, you can see this C, you can see this D. Okay, so it is Cinzel Decorative is great for jewelry related fonts. So most of the jewelry brand logos I've used for this. And also if you want, for example, when you go for a font pairing with script font, in order to avoid script font, for a script font, all the script fonts are not that readable. So in order to avoid that readability issues, I combine this font with the Cinzel Decorative with the sans serif font also. So it gives again a new look for the poster. So Cinzel decorative is very common for jewelry brand logos, and it looks great in social media posts also. So that's also my personal favorite. And only one issue in Cinzel font is Cinzel font is available only in all caps. Small caps it is not available. So this is the one font which I can use only for all caps. We never use for a body of the text. So just a quick tip: always remember, never use all caps. Not for highlighting also. Don't use all caps or full caps, whatever you call it, for a body text. It will spoil your design, and also it will spoil your readability also. Okay, the main purpose of design, it should work and it should communicate. If your design is not able to readable, if your design is not readable, then it is a pure mess. Okay, so never use Cinzel font for a body text or paragraph text. Always use for a headers. Okay, so that is the only issues with this Cinzel font. Apart from that, everything is fine. And sorry, and last thing, I think so I have covered almost all the point. And last thing, Abril display. This is the only serif font with italics. Okay, serif font generally doesn't look that great in italics, so this is the only serif font in italics which I like it. Okay, but serif italics is very common even in newspaper. If they want to highlight any separate thing or showcase something different, they go for italics, rather go for a bold and other looks. Okay, but this italics I liked it. There is some symmetry between all the text. Okay, and it also has this playful look. Even though the edges are sharp, you see this B, there is a round hidden in it. There is some hidden round. That curvy look is there. That proportion is there. So I like this. So this is only italic serif font which I loved it. Okay. So these are the important, my favorite serif font. In case if you're not like all the earlier slide, this slide I'm sure most of the beginner graphic design will be very very helpful. So let me know in comments, is this whatever I have listed is your favorite also. Okay, or if not, is there anything any other serif font which I missed out? Maybe that can be if you can mention that also in comment. I'll download it, I'll check it out, and I'll say what is my thought on that serif font also. Okay, so that's it guys. So this is the first prime category in typeface classification, which is serif font. So hope so you got some insight about the serif font in this video. So next video, it is going to be a very very important thing with 90 percentage of almost, sorry, 90 we can't say, 75 percentage of almost all designs is in that category only. So that is what we are going to see in next video. So stay tuned for next video. Hope you like that video. Do comment and share your feedback. And also you can follow me in Instagram. The link is in description. You can direct message me in Instagram if there is any particular requirement. And also always do share the feedback. In case there is any improvement, I'll definitely correct it. Hope so now my voice is a bit more clear because yes, mic is there. Hope so my voice is still better than the last videos. So thank you guys. Thank you. So have a great day. Bye.